Hey guys, welcome to the Tallarico Racing vlog. This is going to be the first episode, something I've never done before, something completely new to our team, but just wanted to do something to give you guys kind of a behind the scenes look at how our race team functions, kind of the stuff that we've been working on over the off season, stuff that we've got coming up for 2023. So what this basically is going to be is just a condensed version of our race day. As we go through the season. Probably not going to do this every single week. Like I say, this is something completely new to me, so I've got a lot I got to figure out as far as putting the videos together and editing and all that stuff. But to start out, we'll probably do this like once or twice a month and just kind of show you guys behind the scenes how the team's been working, you know, stuff that you usually don't get to see from the grandstands. Basically from the time we get to the racetrack and get our wristbands, run through the whole race day to the time we get to pay out and go back home. So something I think is going to be pretty cool. It's going to give a whole different perspective to those of you that might not be able to make it to the track, or those of you that even do make it to the track and you just want to see kind of how things are going down in the pits throughout the day. So with that said, I'm going to take you guys out to the shop right now and kind of show you some cool stuff that we got going on out there. I'm going to show you the car. We'll show you what it's going to look like for 2023. Kind of let you look in the cockpit and see the changes that we made and stuff like that. So we're gonna head out there right now and I'll pick this back up in just a couple minutes. We just made it out here. I'm gonna go ahead and take you guys into the shop, kind of show you around. Don't have a ton of time today, so I can't show you really everything that I want to show you, but we're at least gonna check out some of the cool stuff. Obviously, I'll show you guys around the car, show you what it looks like for this season, but we're also gonna check out some stuff that's hanging on the walls, some kind of throwback stuff to back when my dad used to race. So I'm gonna show you guys that. If he's in there, I'll introduce you to him, my dad, and let's go. I'll take you in there. All right, guys, so we're standing in the office right now. This is some of the cool stuff that we got hanging around the office. This is had a old fan of mine make me a custom little die-cast car that's supposed to look somewhat like our street stock right there. Obviously, it's on a little NASCAR die-cast car. We got the Steve Park car. A lot of people don't know that that's actually where I was inspired to come up with that paint scheme. When I was little, yellow was my favorite color. I love the number 1. Don't know why. I think it's just because I love the Steve Park car since my favorite color was yellow, so it kind of stuck. So you can obviously see the resemblance there in that one and that one, a little dusty over here. That's a duplicate of the ARCA car I ran in DeCoin, Illinois. That was in 2014. That was a really fun day. That was on dirt, my first ever time on a mile. Kind of had to start in the back, a little bit underfunded if you want to call it that, but started 30, I don't know, like 30th, finished I think 16th, so that was pretty cool. Got the quarter midget. These are all pictures of my dad way back in the day. You can see that's the old original squad right there. That was pretty cool, the original race crew. Got a little bit of sun glare going on, but that's his Malibu street stock. He raced that at Owasso and Springport, Galesburg, all over the place. Here's another better picture of it. What else do we got here? This is actually at Spartan Speedway. I think that's the Road Warrior class they used to have a long, long time ago. That's my dad's, I think that's my dad's first car. Heidi's Towing, shout out to Landon and Ben. I don't know if you guys are gonna watch this or not, but yep, pretty cool deal. There's another picture of all the guys. I believe that's at Spartan Speedway 2 way back in the day, the Michigan Auto Racing Fan Club Banquet. My dad won his championship in 1993. We'll see what else we got. That's pretty cool in here. This is when he won that 93 championship at Owasso. These are all of his feature wins. All throughout the season, there's quite a few of them. But obviously, as you can tell, yellow's been in the family for quite a while. Not real sure where that all started at, but all my dad's cars were yellow other than his first one. And it's just kind of stuck ever since. There's my whole family right there. That was the 91, won the championship at Owasso. So that's a lot of the cool stuff that's in the office. So I'm going to take you guys into the shop right now. I'll show you around the race car. Kind of walk over the sponsors and stuff that we've got on there, and I'll pick this up in just a second. There's some sweet stickers on this door from the 50s, the 60s. We take a lot of pride in this thing. That's a sweet 1960 NASCAR sticker, but 1961. But take a lot of pride in this door. This has basically been with our entire family's racing career since day one. So every time you walk through this thing, it's pretty cool little vintage nostalgia. Got a lot of cool stuff on this side as well. Let you guys check this stuff out. I know there's a lot of people out there that enjoy the vintage racing type stuff, so yeah, just about every time we walk in the shop or anytime somebody comes here for the first time, this is one of the coolest things that they talk about right off the bat. Where'd you get that door? How old's that door? So, but this be it. All right, guys, so here she is, the old hot rod for 2023. As you can see, we did some updates to the paint scheme. I had a lot of people say that they really liked the bright yellow and the bright orange, so brought the color up the door a little bit. You guys can see there. Used to just be down here on the side skirt. Right down here was all orange, but had some people say we should add some more to it, so brought it up. Didn't want to do anything too over the top. We really like the look of the clean looking paint scheme, so that's what we did there. Just brought the orange up a little bit. Still have the cool blacked out headlights. Had a lot of people comment on those from last season, so we're leaving those, trimmed them out in orange, hopefully make them pop a little bit more. But that's the car. So I'm gonna go over and show you guys the sponsors that are coming on board for this season. So first sponsor that's coming back is going to be Elif Brothers Roofing. They're returning as our primary sponsor again in 2023. Paul and Steve have been supporters of my racing career for quite a long time, so it's always awesome to have them step back up again as our primary sponsor. A lot of people think that Elif Brothers Roofing is strictly a roofing company, but they actually also specialize in windows and siding. So if you guys are anywhere in the mid-Michigan area, need any kind of home improvement project done, make sure you give those guys a call. Right there's the number. Tell them I sent you. I'm going to say that a lot in this video. So anyone that's seen me race has probably picked up on the Boardwalk Subs logo on all of our cars. So this is my Uncle Chris. He started up Boardwalk in 2003, and he's been serving up award-winning subs ever since. Part of our race day routine is to stop by the Boardwalk Standale store. On the way to the track, we pick up all kinds of grub because you got to have a full stomach in order to go fast, right? So make sure we stop there and fill up. But if anybody's in the West Michigan area, especially near Grand Rapids, be sure when you swing through to Google a Boardwalk store near you and stop in and grab a bite to eat. Make sure that you tell them I sent you. Now we have a trio of partners on each quarter panel this season. As you can see, we partnered up with Hormel Foods. That's a cool partnership because it's the first major brand we've had join our team. You can see the Hormel logo all over your local supermarket, whether it's on their deli meat, their chili. Actually, Planters Peanuts is a Hormel brand. And then bacon, can't go wrong with bacon, right? I just had some of that the other day, the Hormel thick cut bacon, so you can't go wrong there. Head down here, you see Hometown Sunoco. That's in Cutlerville, which is just south of Grand Rapids. Jay at Hometown does a ton for short track racers, specifically those that are up at Berlin. If you've never been to Hometown, it's probably the coolest gas station I've ever been in my whole life because there's racing art and collectibles all over the place in there. If you've never been there, I would highly go up there to check it out, especially if you're a race fan. But we're really excited to have Jay on board and let us represent Team Hometown this year. If you guys go up to Berlin, you're going to see this logo all over a bunch of race cars, so we're just happy to be a part of it. But then we head back here. You guys can see Lucas Oil. Lucas Oil has donated a good amount of products to our team this season. And anybody that runs, whether it's a just regular automotive shop or race team, you guys know how quickly you can burn up through different materials and cleaners. But Lucas Oil hooked us up. We've got a case of brake cleaner, case of carb cleaner, all different types of greases and lubes. And can't go wrong with some Lucas Oil Slick Mist, the Speed Wax. Keep this thing looking sharp throughout the season. So big thanks to Lucas Oil. And this is the quarter panel sponsors for 2023, so big thanks to these three. So now we're going to head back here to the back of the car, and returning to the team once again is Accurate Inspections. You guys probably saw this logo on the quarter panels of the car last season. That is a family friend of ours, Jeff Woodrow. I just want to give a big shout out to Jeff. He's been supporting me for quite a few seasons now with Accurate Inspections. If you guys need any type of home inspection professionally done on your property, make sure you get a hold of Jeff. And there's his number right there for you guys. Make sure you get a hold of Jeff. He'll hook you up. Once again, make sure you tell him I sent you and you saw the logo on the race car. So now that we're up top, we can check out the roof. And up here we've got KRW Performance and Customs. which is an entirely new partner to our team, but this is a really, really cool sponsorship for a few different reasons. First off, KRW is located in Lockport, Illinois, which is actually just outside of Chicago. So that's obviously really cool for a little team like ours to be able to draw a sponsor from that far away. But KRW is a one-stop shop for all automotive needs. They do things like general maintenance and repair, different fab work, nitrous systems, off-road mods, different types of custom suspension, exhaust, interior work, you name it, they'll do it type of thing. But they do some badass work, so make sure you check them out on Facebook at KRW Performance. You can see some of their recent builds. They do a lot of really cool stuff, whether it's, you know, classic cars, street cars, tuner type stuff, and like I said, off-road stuff. That's some of their newer stuff they're getting into. But big thanks to Judy and Keith at KRW. Looking forward to representing those guys this season. All right, so finally we move on to the shop itself, my dad's garage, Mike's Custom Garage and Speed Shop here in Charlotte. And we spend literally hundreds of hours in this place over the off season and during the season. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. I'm serious. We spend hundreds of hours in this place. But as you guys saw earlier, my dad and I have been doing this together my whole life. And he's been racing since way before I was born. I'm in this shop, honestly, almost as much as I am at my house, which some people would say is crazy. But we just do so much work out here, whether it's racing related. You know, we do custom fab work out here for the racing industry, and sometimes not even for the racing industry. We also do some cool kind of off-the-wall stuff out here. So, but this is Mike's. This is where we're at. This is home base for us, and obviously got to make sure we give a little recognition to where home is. So now that I've shown you guys the outside of the car and all the sponsors, I'll give you guys a quick peek around the cockpit in here. This is where I work. I showed you guys the office of the shop. Go ahead and show you guys my office. Made a few changes for this season. I was actually a little bit too big for this car. We had to cut and move the roll cage a little bit. Still got to put the grip tape down on the floor. As you can see, there's a little bit of debris on the floor from when we were doing some fab work over the winter, but got to put some grip tape on the floor. See if I can show you guys some of the modifications we had to do. You can see right here where this pipe actually looks like it's a little bit fatter than the pipe next to it. We actually had to cut out, this is called the halo bar. Runs right above my seat, as you can see. I actually had to cut that bar out and move it out towards the door and up towards the roof a little bit, because last season my helmet was right up against it, and obviously that's a safety concern. So that was a major project. I think I got a couple pictures of it I'll throw in the video down here at the bottom somewhere, but that was a huge project. Had some other projects we had to do to this thing too over the winter time, but not quite as tedious as that was. But this is it. Hopefully we can win a couple races this season from in here, lead a bunch of laps like we did last season, and hopefully pick up right where we left off at the end of the year last year. So that's going to be about it for the car tour, guys. I appreciate you guys checking this out. I'm going to go ahead and close this up in the truck on the way home, but I'll see you later. So that's going to do it for episode 1, I guess. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Like I say, this is something that we're going to try to do throughout the season, once the season actually starts. Probably not going to do it every week to start off. We'll see how things are going. I mentioned in the beginning of the video that this is still all pretty new to me as far as video editing and that kind of stuff goes. So the better I get at that, you know, I'll probably put these out a little more frequent. But to start out, we're just going to do a couple at a time. Next one won't be until icebreaker practice, which isn't until the middle of April. So it's going to be a little bit before we put another one of these things out. But just wanted to thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out. Hopefully that was a little bit of a cool little peek behind the curtain of what we got going on. And I guess until next time, we'll see you in a couple weeks.